Let me set the scene for you about what the Pakistan earthquake was. Many people think that tsunami in 2004 was a huge humanitarian challenge, which it was. But the Pakistan earthquake was bigger. Let me lay it out for you. In 90 seconds, a magnitude 7.6 earthquake destroyed 500,000 houses, made 3.5 million people homeless, destroyed 8,000 kilometres of roads, destroyed nearly 1,000 medical facilities. In a remote Himalayan terrain 6 weeks before winter was due to drop 20 feet of snow on top of everyone. And the terrain involved was partly controlled by the Taliban, partly controlled by Lashkar-e-Taiba, the world's largest terrorist group, and partly had the line of control running through it, which separates two nuclear-armed powers, India and Pakistan, technically at war. What do you do? Oh, and it was a military dictatorship. What do you do? It's like one great big Nike ad. Just do it. So as we're flying into Pakistan, we're starting to ask all of these questions because the earthquake hit at about 7 o'clock in the morning Geneva time. We were mobilised in our emergency response team that morning in Geneva, and in that flight over, we're starting to ask all of those practical coordination issues that lessons can be drawn from, equally applicable to the private sector as it is to emergency response. What's our objective? What are the tools available to us to help us achieve that objective? What are the hurdles and hindrances in our way? What do we know and what don't we know? Now, at that stage, we didn't know 3.5 million people were made homeless. That's twice as many people made homeless as the tsunami. There were 75,000 people killed and about 120,000 people injured. So we had to start going in and saying, well, who do we liaise with? Who are the power brokers under a military dictatorship, as Musharraf's government was often called? Would they want to collaborate with us? How do you take a whole bunch of Westerners and set up a collaboration mechanism with the Pakistan army? How do you start talking about running a displaced persons camp with child-friendly spaces and women-friendly latrines to a male Islamic army general? So a lot of these challenges provide some incredible lessons about listening, about not going into an operation and opening your mouth before you open your ears. And the first thing we needed to do when we got on the ground in Islamabad is listen to the local people about what they perceived, what they needed, and what they saw as the problem. And through that, start to build strong interpersonal relations. And through those interpersonal relationships, then run the coordination of the massive operation.